amazing educators. So I hope you can tell we love to celebrate. And this is one of the programs that we truly look forward to. And we are absolutely honored to have as one of our premier programs that we have. So I'm now going to call up and I haven't even been able to say hello yet to Lynn today. Lynn Fugit, who is the chair of education recognition, to lead us into our program. Lynn?
So before we get started, I have to, she didn't nudge me every day, but she does make sure every program happens and keeps those of us who are supposed to do our jobs in line. I'm so sad but happy for you. But back to happy things. To the best program day ever. Every year, this is, the club loves this. I told our educators we do. It is especially meaningful to me as the daughter of a teacher and the granddaughter of a teacher. I failed the family tree by opting out of education. My gifts and talents were better used somewhere else. As I was sharing with these lovely folks, I said, I'm not sure, but I would be in jail if I had to teach, trying to keep everybody in order. So it is truly a gift and a calling and a service to teach. And today, I am very happy to introduce you to our two recipients this year. So Michael Rogers is at Maynard Elementary School, and Dr. Elder is at Gresham Middle School. I'm gonna call upon their teachers, their principals, to actually tell you a little bit about them and a little bit about their nomination. They'll speak, but sometimes a heartfelt why they nominate these people and why they are so vital to their school is nice to hear from the principal. So Ms. Foster, can you come forward and tell us? Now, I will tell you, if you recognize Michael, that's because you've been to a public event and he has sung. And it is fabulous, but he's more than that. He changes lives every day.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
So I have notes, but I am going to stray from my notes, given what Ms. Fugit just said, because I do know Mr. Rogers very well. What I can say about Mr. Rogers is that he is a professional and he cares deeply for the students at Maynard Elementary as well as the colleagues that work alongside him. He is a special education teacher, and he makes sure that our students in our general education classrooms are getting their needs met through either accommodations or modifications, and he prefers accommodations, giving our students access to the general education learning environment. I will also say that he has been a strong advocate of our school community. He is a member of several organizations. Every organization that he is a part of pour into Maynard Elementary, either by monitoring resources or serving of their time with our students in different ways. Ms. Fugit is correct. Mr. Rogers has a beautiful singing voice. I have had the opportunity to come and hear him sing at several events that he has been a part of, and I am still open to him bringing that into Maynard Elementary. I'm getting that plug in. Each year, I kind of nudge him, and I've not seen that yet at Maynard Elementary, but I do know that that is coming soon. So I will end this, and I will present to everyone Mr. Michael Angelo Rogers.
Good afternoon. I did bring notes, but I will not refer to those notes. And I will not go over my 7 minutes allotted. I just want to say thank you. It's very important. Thank you so much to the Knoxville Rotary Nomination Committee for this incredible honor of being named the 2025 Teacher of the Year. Most people know that I have been teaching for over 30 years and in the special ed department. Maynard has always been my base school, but I've been all over the district. Sequoia, Dogwood, Amherst. But Maynard has always been there for me, and I've always been there for her. My philosophy on teaching is that every child can. And I want you guys to just reflect on that. I'm very broad with that statement simply because I know that there are different avenues where children can go in, and I try to teach them every day that you have to have passion with what you do. Most of you know me through Knoxville Opera or Cokesbury United Methodist Church and some other churches that I've been at. I see my friend from Knoxville Opera out there, Jason Hardy. You guys, I just bring that passion. I bring that passion to the classroom. And I just love what I do. So thank you so much for honoring me today. Ms. Foster's correct. Maynard is my passion. Maynard and Knoxville College. I will put a Knoxville College plug in there as well. So anytime you guys feel like you want to do something for the neighborhood school, please reach out to us, Ms. Foster, Ms. Turner, our administrative assistant. Reach out to them, make donations. We love bodies that come into the school to read to children. All of those things that are available to those students at Maynard Elementary School, we will embrace you guys and bring you in. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.
Our next honoree is in secondary.
You're fired.
No, that was what I was saying. See, I deviated from the program. Would you come back up?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we cannot be left to our own devices. So on behalf of the Rotary Club of Knoxville, I'd like to present you with this plaque as your teacher of the year for elementary education. But you're gonna be more excited about this envelope. This envelope is a cash gift from the Rotary Club of Knoxville for $750 to you to use as you would like. We know that that means you may be tempted to buy school supplies and some other things. So in addition to that, a member of our club, Rob Johnson, owns a baby supply. There's a $275 gift certificate in that. You can use that for school supplies and use the other for yourself.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I've spoiled the surprise, you know what's coming. But you'll be just as excited, I won't tell the same entire joke. So, next up, is, I'm gonna ask Ms. Melissa Glover, the principal of Gresham Middle School, to come forward and introduce this year's honoree. As the club knows, we do an honoree in elementary education, and there are about 53 elementary schools in Knox County. Then we do one in secondary education, which is the middle schools and the high schools. So Ms. Glover, will come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting us here. It's very different than how we normally spend lunchtime. I'm not pushing the trash can around telling you to please stop throwing mashed potatoes. Not that I don't love that, but this definitely has a different feel. So as she said, my name is Melissa Glover, and it is an honor to stand before you as the proud principal of Gresham Middle School. At Gresham, we are incredibly fortunate to have a building full of educators who are dedicated, passionate, and show up every single day determined to make a difference for our students. Our staff believes deeply in the power of relationships, the strength of community, and most importantly, the potential of every single student who walks through our doors. Today, we have the joy of celebrating one of our very best, Dr. Damian Elder, who has been named the Rotary Club of Knoxville Secondary Teacher of the Year. I cannot think of anyone more deserving. She embodies everything we hope for in a teacher. She teaches 7th grade English language arts with a passion that impacts all students. She's the team leader for her grade level, offering guidance and support, not just to her students, but to her fellow teachers. And her commitment to our school community extends well beyond the classroom. She rides 2 loads of buses every morning and every afternoon as a school liaison, ensuring our students start and end their day with a trusted adult by their side. I mean, that alone, that alone. On top of that, she also coaches track, encouraging students to find confidence and purpose through athletics. What makes her truly special is her unwavering belief in kids. She meets them exactly where they are and creates opportunities for them to believe in themselves, often before they've learned how to do it on their own. Her classroom is a place of safety, challenge, and growth. I could talk about her for a long time, but I'm going to end with a few words from her students. Because if you've ever been around middle schoolers, you know there is no one more honest than a 7th grader. I love Dr. Elder because she makes class so much better and fun to be in, and she helps prepare us for 8th grade. She's also very honest with us. I love Dr. Elder because when her track coach left, she stepped up and took the role. Dr. Elder will sometimes sing instructions, and I love that. So we do such a senior speech. When something goes wrong, she knows who to call and how to fix it. And my favorite, I love Dr. Elder because when students are sassy, she makes sure to sass them back, and it is really fun. All of those things are very true. We are so proud to have her on our team and thrilled that her hard work and heart are being recognized beyond the walls of Gresham. So thank you, Dr. Damian Elder, and please come up and sing your speech. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I've been stressing about this speech because it's a lot of y'all. So first let me say how incredibly humbled and honored I am to be named Secondary Division Teacher of the Year. Everything that I do because it's the right thing to do. And because I had amazing teachers in my life who showed me the same level of care. As teachers, we are called to a higher purpose, and the actions that we make are lingering and they affect many aspects of the lives of others. Sidney Hook said, everyone who remembers his own education remembers teachers, not methods and not techniques. But I couldn't do what I do without having an amazing leader. So I would like to thank Mrs. Glover for her nomination and for providing a space where teachers are able to not only teach curriculum, but also help students by meeting their needs in every aspect of their lives. I have struggled, like I said, with what to say to you guys today, so you're not my typical audience. I mean, the people that I speak to on a daily basis are 11 to 13. In preparation for today, I was trying to think of what to say to you, and why you should even listen to me. So I asked my classroom, like my 4th period class, why they listened to me. And this is what they said. If I don't listen, then I won't know what the lesson is about and you will give me an F on my assignment. You are an authority figure, you're our teacher, because if I don't listen, you'll tell my mom and she is scary. You are smart, you give all the vibe of don't mess with me. You give good advice because it is the right thing to do, because you are my track coach, so I listen. Because you're my favorite teacher, sometimes you know more than us. sometimes. Because you are the most diva teacher that I have ever had. Because I respect you. So let's just say these responses did not provide me with the insight I was looking for today. Because we don't have that type of relationship. But a little about me. I have been in education for 18 years, with 3 of those years in elementary schools. I started as a kindergarten teacher's assistant, and that position made me realize quickly that that was not for me, and that I needed my own classroom. So hats off to anyone who can teach at that level. I have been asked many times why I chose to teach middle school, and I can honestly say that I didn't choose it, but it chose me. And again, teaching is a calling, and the field is plenty, but the workers are the few. I see myself in my students. I see the child that I was when I needed someone, and the guidance and support that I received from my teachers. I remember how their love and support impacted my life. Many teachers became a part of the foundation of who I am today, and I am still in contact with those teachers. You see, as teachers, we are some of the most impactful people that young minds encounter, and we have the ability to heal or destroy. I choose to heal. I have made a conscious decision to be the person that I needed when I was their age. I have a duty and a responsibility to ensure that I provide students with the skills and knowledge that will help them become the best person that they can be. Teachers do not only teach curriculum. We are nurses, counselors, friends, parents, social workers. We are all things to our students. We are whomever they need us to be at any moment in time. It isn't just a job for us. It is a way to shape the future of our county and our country. We are creating the next generation of doctors, business leaders, teachers, and parents. Celebration Middle School. There is no place like it. No place. I tell everyone that I meet that we're the best middle school in Knox County. I have never worked in a school where so many people want the best for all students and where the principal cares about each person in the building. We have students who come from wealthy families and we have students who do not. So each student needs something different from their teachers at any moment, and it is our job to figure out what it is. However, sometimes they'll just tell us what they need and anything else that we do not expect. And if you have any preteens or you remember your children when they are in middle school, then you already know that they tell all of your business. But no worries, we keep your secrets close to our hearts. An activity that I do at the beginning of every school year is called the butterfly activity. This activity is about transformation and metamorphosis. You see, when students enter into my classroom, they are caterpillars. They have not developed into who they are destined to become because of all of the outside noises, things that people say, and how they feel about themselves as a result of what others do. I have students write down something that they believe about themselves based on what others have said and done. I then have them define what unconditional love is. Once they have defined it as a class, I ask them to write down on a different sheet of paper what unconditional love would say to them in place of what they wrote down before. These statements become I am statements that are posted on my butterfly wall. Students go back to this wall and they're able to look at what they said unconditional love would say about them to remind them of who they are when they forget. This year, I also decided to create a space for students within my classroom. Those of you who are familiar with Gresham, it's old. It's okay, historic. So my classroom was a part of the old library, and I have the best end of it because I have 2 offices that are in my classroom, and so I decided to turn one of those offices into a comic room, which is where students can go to, get their lives right. If they're having a meltdown, they can go in there, gather themselves, and put themselves together. And with the help of parents and other people in the community, I was able to completely furnish it and have it ready for students. The only thing that I find is that the students would rather go in the common room than sit in my classroom sometimes. That's their first thing, can I go in the common room, can I go in the common room? And not just alone, maybe with like 4 or 5 other friends. Something else that we've done that's been great, part of our curriculum is reading Red Scarf Girl by G Lee. G Lee Yang, I'm probably saying her name wrong, but the students were able to meet with her on a Zoom call, thanks to Mrs. Glover. So every 7th grade student sat in an auditorium and participated in a Zoom call where they were able to get up and go and ask questions and have, conversation with the author of the book. Like, who gets to do that? Who says, I met the author who wrote this book, I had a conversation with this person. So I think that was amazing. And then I'm gonna close out with inviting you guys to come to a Gresham basketball game, okay? Gresham basketball, if you've never been to a middle school basketball game, you won't wanna go to another one after you come to Gresham. The students create an atmosphere. To me, I relate it back to UT basketball games. If you have not gone to a UT basketball game, you're missing out. The Gresham student section creates a whole vibe. Like, as the kids would say, the gym is lit, and you would thoroughly enjoy yourselves. So, thank you again for this award. I'm completely, it was unexpected, and I'm very humbled, and I just want to express my deepest gratitude for this honor. Thank you, guys.
When it came to us at this program, I have a special soft spot in my heart for 7th grade English teachers. That's my mother. She retired as a 7th grade English teacher, and she told me, it was the principal who hired her said, middle school is probably wisdom when we don't. So you need teachers that love them and teachers that are firm with them. And that sounds like that's what we've got, and she's a defensive road. So, I will just say on behalf of the Rotary Club, thank the 2 of you. Thank you so much for what you pour into our community. Clearly, we love Knoxville, or we wouldn't be in the Rotary Club doing all that we do. We have a servant heart. We can't serve the way you serve. That's not what we do, but it is just wonderful that on one day, we get to recognize the people. I told you I do this every year. I get to recognize the people who change lives and who will replace us. And for that, we're grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lynn, thank you and your committee's remarkable work. It is no easy task to identify worthy individuals because this community is full of talented educators, talented teachers, administrators. But hearing Mr. Rogers and Dr. Elder speak today, I certainly understand why you all were chosen. And sitting here, and I'm sure others, it brings it back to when you were in elementary school, middle school, and the passion, the term passion you use. I mean, it definitely is evident, and you are making these children's lives remarkably better because of your involvement with them. And on behalf of the Rotary Club of Knoxville, we are so proud to be able to highlight worthy individuals like you all, and certainly look forward to this event every year, and maybe one day we all need to go to the calming room, because I think we could all use a little calming room on this sometimes. But no, thank you both. Thank you, Lynn, for your work, and to the administrators, thank you for fostering such fantastic leadership to help these educating professionals lead these young lives to greatness, so you're making a great impact.